Surfing through my Facebook today recently, I saw Elizabeth Warren is running for Senate in the state of Massachusetts. I got excited when I saw this because I've been introduced to her through the Bill Maher show. She's been a guest on there twice or maybe 3 times, but in a couple of times that she was on there, both times were after the recession hit in 2009 or late 2000. No, it was 2008. Because it was right before Bush got out of office and then Obama got in. Shortly thereafter was her first appearance on that show. She's a Harvard professor, ex-Harvard professor, that was asked to look over the spending of the stimulus bill. She strikes me as the type of person that doesn't let anyone push her around. And this includes top politicians who are totally for corporate interests. She has a video on the web explaining that she's going to be running for as a candidate for Senator in Massachusetts. And the first thought that came to my mind when I saw the news was she's definitely going to win. She is that rare type of person who could get to the top of the Congress, the 100 people that are in there, and never ever get bought out, and still be able to assert her power, her legislative power or authority, and that she is exactly the type of person that the United States needs in charge. This is the person that we all thought Obama was when when he was campaigning and when he was like rallying the people and giving these inspirational speeches. And unless you're from middle America, you saw someone who was well spoken, a hell of a lot better spoken than Bush ever was, and someone who could lead the country and speak with confidence and represent our nation to the world. And since he's gotten in there, we've seen that politics has sort of overtaken his ability to really exert his view or whatever whatever his true interests are. Copping out and extending the Bush tax cuts and that sort of thing, or accepting a watered down healthcare bill. I just feel like the majority of the population. I saw somewhere today on the web that there's a 13% approval rating for Congress. I mean, they were comparing that number to the percentage of people that actually support the Taliban in Afghanistan, which is at 18%. There's less people in America that approve our Congress than there are the population of Afghanistan that approve of the Taliban. That's a striking statistic. People just don't trust the Congress anymore, and for good reason. They've a couple of years ago they let the Supreme Court passed whatever act or bill or rule it was that let unlimited funding for campaigns to be given by corporate companies to candidates. And Oberman did a piece that night or the next day on how that was that was the turning point, the beginning of the end of our true democracy as we know it. And he made a good point. Gosh, if you're in the state of Massachusetts, please consider voting for her. I know that Massachusetts recently voted in a Republican governor who was sort of like a centrist. I don't actually know. I'm from New York. I don't know for sure what the politics are, but I know that he kind of came in and people who were like Reagan Democrats, voted for him, and he made it through. And that, as left leaning and as liberal thinking and liberal minded as the state of Massachusetts is, it seems like it would be a lock for her to win. I still hope that you consider voting for her, even if you are a staunch Republican. More people like her is what the United States Senate needs and is what our country needs. Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth Warren, for running.
Drop it! When I'm talking rhyme time, it's blow your mind. Time to say it's nothing worse than a verse. To hear some nigga curse. They call me rude, some dudes fiery attitude, claiming I boast. Smoke, sometimes sing the blues. Train metal and settle, try to never backpedal. From the power some got to get a nigga shot. The little border I avoid, I test the paranoid. I never had